We're trying to get some more information about the dome. Not the Trojan, the dome at Muskrat Falls. So it has been ill-fated from the get-go. You know, the concept was to build a protective covering, a dome, so that they could proceed with pouring concrete and working during the harsh conditions presented by winter in the big land. We get it. But do we? So the dome was only half built. It's currently still in place, so we're told. However, the powerhouse units 1 and 2 work continues underneath the dome. And they will amp up the concrete pouring outside the dome. Parts that are not going to be used and or completed have been torn down, and the pile of tangled steel girders is not only an eyesore, but it really does lend itself to those who have questioned aloud forever the approach to the Muskrat Falls project, the willy-nilly approach to some of the spending, the control being offered to Astaldi, SNC Lavalin, the list goes on. No matter if it's right or wrong, this dome question is a big problem. And it's a problem for Nalcor. Here, the problem gets worse. We've heard contradictory statements from government side, and then consequently from Nalcor, and from people on site. So, the disconnect is ridiculous. Who decided in the first place to build the bloody dome? Who then decided that halfway was good enough? Who then decided that we were going to haul it down midstream? Who then decided what would become of the scrap metal, steel? Who pays for any of this stuff? Now, the government yesterday says that the people of the province are not on the hook for any of this because it's an Astaldi-driven project. They make the decisions, blah, blah, blah. That's a pretty convenient way to put it. It might be true, but it might not be. I mean, the contract with these companies, Astaldi, SNC Lavalin, for instance, they are so massive, and I would suggest probably so complicated, and lots of gray area and wiggle room for who knows who is paying for this. So are you telling me that any of the dome-related costs and the decisions associated with it were out of the hands of Nalcor, lock, stock, and barrel, and the provincial government in full? Any additional costs suffered by Astaldi is going to be covered by them regardless of the end of project budget? What? Really? I mean, the contracts, most of them have been held back from us. We can't have a look. There's no real way to know what the hell is going on. We certainly don't know the validity of they will not suffer, or we won't suffer any additional costs because of this dome baloney. So, my God, this is a problem. It's a huge problem. Now, most of it is just deeply rooted in politics. And from the get-go, we had a terrible launching pad for Muskrat because it was always, no matter how many questions were asked and answered, the vast majority of people thought that they were being kept in the dark. And this is a glaring example of really backing up the comments that people have made. Who's paying for all this? Who made the bloody decisions along the way? It's just extraordinary what goes on.